Hello, everybody. Coach Steven here, your personal coach with 3-Pillar Coaching and 3pillarcoaching.com. This is my first real piece of content, my second video on YouTube. The first one was like a trailer video, just kind of explaining what you're going to get with the 3-Pillar Coaching YouTube channel. But this is where I start diving into the reasons that we stay stuck in life, the reasons that we have these bullshit narratives running around in our head. And I thought I would do that by beginning to go through pieces of my new ebook, 10 Ways to Be Healthier and Realize Your Best Self, a no-nonsense guide to better living. And for a limited time, if you go to 3-pillarcoaching.com, a pop-up window comes up. Put your information in there. You'll get an email that verifies your email, and it'll be a link to go and download the PDF version of the book. So for a limited time, if you go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, I'm not going to flood you with crap. You'll get nothing but valuable information from me. But you will get a free PDF copy of the book, and it's powerful stuff. I call it a book. It's a short ebook. It's a long article. So book, long article, I don't know, who cares? It's powerful information, and it's a list basically. But each item kind of builds on each other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make content that takes a dive into pieces of this at a time, and hopefully something will land for you, because, you know, like I said, I think this is really powerful information, and the stuff in here I spent years learning and training and education and doing a deep dive into why we do what we do and what's going on in here that keeps us stuck and keeps us from stepping into our power, out of that comfort zone and out of the place where we're safe and stuck, and into what it is that we envision for ourselves. And so I thought I would start with the introduction to the book, because it kind of lines out what we'll be covering, how we'll look at it, and the important elements of what it is that really operates on that level with us. So I know it's bad to read things in video, but like I said in my trailer video, I'm shooting from the hip in these things. These things are not scripted. I have an idea. I have an idea that I want to communicate, and I'm just going to hit record, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to put it up, and hopefully you get something out of it. Hopefully something lands for you. If it does, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, because I will be posting regular content that hopefully makes a difference for you, because I know the information that I've gathered over the years has made a difference in my life. So, starting with the introduction, this article, I call it an article. Like I said, it's kind of an ebook, but who cares? This article is a no-nonsense glimpse behind the curtain at aspects of our programming, our dirty little sponge. Now, Gary John Bishop, who wrote Stop Doing That Shit, Unfuck Yourself, Wise as Fuck, fantastic books, highly recommend him. He calls it the magic little sponge, or the magic sponge. I call it the dirty little sponge because it's full of sewer water, and I'll explain that more. At aspects of our programming, our perspective, that's the lens that we see our world through, our habits, our beliefs about ourselves, and identity, and how they're all key to achieving real and lasting transformation in our lives. I can't stress this enough. Those are the key elements that either lead to, like I said, lasting transformation in your life, or you staying stuck, you staying afraid, you staying not good enough, not pretty enough, not smart enough, not rich enough, not any of those things. And very little of that shit actually matters. Very little of that shit are the things that are keeping you from getting what you wanted, other than you believing them so deeply that you protect that narrative of yourself with your life. Anytime somebody tells you how awesome you are, you go, you'll argue with them. It's like, what? You do it all the time with friends. You'll build them up. They're kind of down. You're like, what are you talking about? You're amazing. Why don't you ever do that for yourself? It's a good question, right? Why don't we do that for ourselves? Why don't we tell ourselves, hey, I got you. Look at yourself in the mirror. Like Mel Robbins. Give yourself a Mel Robbins high five in the mirror and say, I got you. I know shit's hard. I know it's scary. But you can do it. I know you can. It's cool. I got you. I got your back. I'm here for you. As if that person was not you, as if it was another person, as if that was somebody who needs you to have their back. So anyway, moving on. I invite you to not just ponder the concepts, but really sit deeply with the ideas. Take them in. This is an introspective exercise, because that's where the real insight happens. And that's really where the real insights happen. When you really let these things sink in, you start developing questions for yourself. And that's kind of where the magic happens. I also invite you to read Being Open to Insight and Not Looking for Things to Agree and Disagree With. This will allow you to be more present. We tend to do that, don't we? As we're going through content, we're reading a book, we're reading an article, we'll read something, we'll go, oh, I don't believe that. That's not something I've seen in my life or my experience. That's not my experience of the world. Or you'll read something and go, oh, that's bullshit. Whatever. And then you'll keep reading instead of just letting it soak in and say, how can this be true for me in my life? Or you'll latch on to something and go, oh man, isn't that true? But is it really? And does it have to be? So, moving on. It's not my intention to flood you with information and give you answers. You have the entire history of the knowledge compiled by humans readily available at your fingertips. True, right? I mean, we have one of these things. All the knowledge, the history is right here. You don't need more information. You're already on information overload. You don't need better answers. You need better fucking questions. It's my intention to help you weed through the useless crap and suggest some real-world actions that will set you on a path to real growth. This is not some fluffy feel-good list full of bullshit platitudes like love yourself, exercise more, blah fucking blah blah. I wouldn't be serving you powerfully if I just blew smoke up your butt and told you that you're an amazing unicorn and all you had to do was start getting up at 5 a.m., meditating, reading some mantra. Okay, I gotta stop here. All this stuff is great, and I'm going to tell you that in a second. But it doesn't do any good to repeat a mantra and, put a sticker on your mirror, love yourself, you're amazing, if you don't believe it. You can repeat all the mantras you want in the world on a daily basis. Every 2 seconds, you can say, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're smart, you're powerful, you're a powerful bitch. But if you don't believe it, just goes in one ear and out the other, right? Okay, yeah. Getting up at 5 a.m., meditating, repeating some mantra, juicing up $50 worth of fruits and veggies, and running through your neighborhood till you pass out on the sidewalk. Then you'll be gorgeous, successful, and fulfilled, and live happily ever after. It's not the way it works. There's much more to it than that. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do those things, except for the passing out on the sidewalk thing. Try not to do that. It tends to piss off the neighbors. One thing at a time, cupcake. The good news is it starts with the one thing in the world you have control over: you. That is a really powerful, let that sink in for a minute. We choose how to shape our experience of the world. We choose the narratives, the stories that we want to let roll through the back of our eyes like the reel of a movie. We choose what to let in, grab onto, stick in let get soaked up into our dirty little sponge, and then use that to fuel our bullshit machine. That thing's chugging away in the background all the time. Want to know how I know? Mine's chugging away right now. And that's a really powerful thing to kind of realize for yourself is the one thing I have control over: me, right? What I do, the choices I make, the stories that I tell myself, the things I think, believe, and how I attach that to my identity. You're not getting picked for the football team, trying out for the football team and being rejected when you were 15. Is that really your identity? Is that really who you are? This person that you were totally in love with in college, and oh my God, this was going to be my partner for life and everything, and they dumped you and cheated on you with your friend. I mean, and we latch on to that shit and make it part of the "I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough" narrative that we keep spinning in our head. We soak that up into that dirty little sponge, and it's just gushing at the brim with all this stuff. Is that really who you are? Is that really your identity? Is that really the story that you want to carry with you for the rest of your life? It's my job to challenge your thinking, help you push your edges, help you take stock of what it is that has you stuck, and give you the space to have the insights that lead to transformations that will actually make a difference in all aspects of your life. You want some fluff? Okay, here it is. I believe in you. And I really do. I really do believe in you. I believe in myself. It doesn't stop me from letting my bullshit machine chug away in the background, and every time something great and powerful starts to happen in my life, I squeeze a little bit of that sewer water out of that dirty little sponge and have it fuel that bullshit machine to create Stephen Pressfield resistance. That's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do book recommendations on this channel. If you have not heard of this book, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, he talks about resistance. What is it? We have a book that we want to write. We have a business we want to start. We have a thing that we want to do that is kind of reaching for us, kind of stepping out there into our power a little bit, but we create all the resistance in the world to just sitting down and starting to clack away at the keyboard, or whatever it may be, taking the steps to get a business going, or whatever it is. So that's a kind of a powerful concept to think about. I really do believe in your power to create positive change in your life. You're more powerful than you know. I also believe in your ability to wade ankle deep in your own bullshit and not have a clue that squishy feeling between your toes is why you aren't striding at the pace you think you should be. Believe me, I know. You should smell my shoes. And that's fact. I mean, think about it. When you really kind of sit deeply with that idea, what comes up for you? If something is landing for you in all of this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot of powerful information that I'm sharing, and we teach what we most need to learn. Believe me, I'm on this journey with you, okay? You're not alone. I got you. I got your back. I'm here for you. Put in the comments down below something that is landing for you in all this. Some thought you have, some question you have, some idea that you have about how this relates to aspects of your beliefs about yourself, your habits, your pieces of your identity that is a part of where you are in your life and where you want to be. My goal is to serve you by challenging your thinking. Remember that part? And the way you see your world. Not playing nice all the time and telling you exactly what you want to hear. Some aspects of this list and the real work that goes along with it may be hard to stomach. As a matter of fact, it'll be fucking uncomfortable. But baby, that's where the magic happens. Oh, and if you haven't noticed by now, what you read here is the authentic me. I try to explain things in a direct and sometimes humorous way. If you're triggered by some straight talk and colorful language, you might need this list more than most. So read on. Doing the work behind the knowledge, talked about information, right? Most people know what they need to do to get themselves unstuck, to get themselves in better health, to improve their relationships, to improve their financial situation or their career or their business or whatever. Then why don't you do it? Why don't we do it? That's that place of comfort and safety that I was talking about. That place of comfort and safety is the very thing that keeps us stuck. We will, like I said before, we will protect all these narratives. We will protect what's coming out of that bullshit machine with our lives. We'll argue for the very shit that fucks up our lives, that we use to sabotage good things happening to us, whether it be relationships, career, all of those kinds of things, finances. How many times have you had something good kind of on the horizon building, but you said, yeah, I'm not, when I get a better job, when I get the education, I'll get a better job. When I get a better job, then I'll get the house, then I'll get the car, then I'll meet some amazing, partner, because then I'll be better looking and healthier and have more money and da 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 da. I'll step out into my place of power when I have my degree. Then, then I'll start that business or try to get that better job or whatever it is. You wouldn't believe all the resistance all the roadblocks that I threw in my own way when I decided to take all my knowledge, all my experience, all my years of digging deep into this stuff, and all of my coaching experience, running groups and mentor groups and building businesses and building teams and all these things. When I decided to say, my purpose is to help someone achieve the best version of themselves, whatever that looks like for them. I'm not talking about success. I'm not talking about happiness, because what the fuck is happiness anyway? It's a negotiated state of being the whole time. It's like a gloss paint job on a car you're sick of driving. What does it mean for you to be happy? What does it mean for you to be successful? These are the questions I'm talking about. Really think about that. Does it mean money? What does money mean to you? I'll tell you what it means to me. It allows me to serve you. It allows me to take the time to make these videos and to write and to build a coaching practice that I can use to help transform people's beliefs and identity and habits, and hopefully that will lead to them gaining insights that will make a difference in their lives. So what does success mean to you? What it means to me is somebody coming to me and saying, Coach Stephen, you made an unbelievable difference in my career, in my relationship, in me being able to have a voice and step into my power. I got a message from a woman that I coached several times, and in a few hours of coaching, this woman went from a lifetime of meek, kind of being held back and not being able to step into her voice and her power, to just really becoming a powerhouse of a woman. And she started a practice back east and is really a dynamic person now. Not the same person I first talked to. Those kinds of things are powerful transformations, and that's why I do this. That is my purpose, and my passion is this message. There's a difference between purpose and passion, and I'll get into that more in the book. And it starts out kind of on the low end, because we have to start with elements of our habits, and just that 1% increment of improvement. Another book recommendation, Atomic Habits, James Clear. And I know this is backwards because I hate the flip thing and with my left and my right and my left. But trust me, that's what it says. Atomic Habits, James Clear. He talks about this. He talks about 1% improvements in your daily habits. Slip one little thing in there that changes how you're showing up in the world on a daily basis, because continue doing the same shit you've always done and you're going to get more of the same shit down the road. You're going to have all these intentions, and you're waiting for motivation, and you're waiting for this, and when this happens, and I don't feel, and when I feel like it, I'm going to do this. I got news for you. People that achieve what they envision for themselves don't do things because they feel like it. They don't. I didn't feel like making this video right now. I really didn't. I had all kinds of Stephen Pressfield resistance running through my head, and but I just clicked record, and here you go. You get what you get. This stuff is unedited, and it's me just trying to convey some powerful ideas that may lead to some insights in you that make a difference for you. And if any of this is landing, click the like button and subscribe. Come back to the channel. There'll be more content. I'm going to I'll make a few more videos with some other ideas and everything, but every once in a while, I'm going to slip a video in that is a list item from the book. And the first one is Declutter Your Life. Set yourself up for success. Having a mechanism for success in your daily life. And by success, I mean starting to make those small incremental improvements that will lead to positive changes happening in your life. And that's really That's really important. And number two is start stacking small but big wins. So those two kind of go together. And then it gets really deep and really heavy after that. My job, like I said in the last video and in the introduction of this, is to challenge your thinking, to push your edges. And I do that, we get deep. And that's how I coach. That's how I teach. That's how I have conversation with you. And we work together to develop questions that lead to insights that'll make a difference for us. So, if this stuff is landing for you, come back to the channel. There'll be more on this, and the next video I'm going to make, I think, is going to be on motivation and what it takes to get yourself just unstuck, to pull your feet out of the bullshit that you've been slugging through, wash them off, and take some different steps and be present in every step of that journey. Because the magic is in the now. The magic is not in the past, all the shit that you've been through, all the shit that has happened to you, all of the things that you've done, the accomplishments, the disappointments, the rejections, the triumphs. Your past is just a collection of memories in your mind, and they can be shaped however you want. And the future doesn't exist either. It's a fig Newton of your imagination. It's something that you design in your head. It's full of fears. It's full of worries. It's full of goals. It's full of things that you envision for yourself. But it's a concocted version of reality that you can only get to if it's who you are in this moment, in the now. So we will get there in the next video, and for now, everybody stay well and really kind of sit with these ideas and really kind of develop some questions for yourself. What do certain things mean to you? What do certain things that you've assigned a lot of value to that are chugging around in here, what do they really mean to you? What is the real importance of those things? And how do they affect what you do in each moment in your journey? And are they really serving you? Are they really serving you? So that's what I want to do. I want to serve you. I'm your personal coach, Coach Steven with 3 Pillar Coaching and 3pillarcoaching.com. Go to the website. The link will be below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video.